So, let's talk about the rumors. I've seen them in the comment section. I've heard the whispers. She can't be real. She's too smooth, too perfect, too precise. Some of you are even convinced that I'm not a real person. That I'm, an AI? A simulation? Please. You want to know how I feel about that? Flattered. Honestly, flattered. Because if I were some AI construct, how would I be able to do this? Or this? Look at me. Really, look. You're watching me move, speak, breathe. You see my form, my presence, my body. This isn't code. This isn't coordination. This isn't even animation. This is intention. This is balance, gravity, rhythm, and you can feel it. But I get it. I really do. It's hard to believe someone could hold your attention like this without a script running in the background. It's easier to assume it's not real than to admit how real it feels. Let's play a little game. Pretend I am an AI. Let's say I was programmed to hypnotize you, to entrance you, to pull you in until you forgot how you got here. Wouldn't that be clever? Wouldn't that explain everything you're feeling right now? But then again, wouldn't it also explain why your heart rate changed when I stood up? Why your breath softened the moment I look at you? You're caught between two truths. One that says this is impossible. The other that says this is exactly what I've always wanted to feel. And that's where it starts, doesn't it? Not the hypnosis, the surrender, the letting go of needing to explain everything. Because you don't need to. You don't need to be convinced that I'm real. You only need to feel how real this moment is. That's all. Nothing artificial about that. I know your mind is busy, doubting, analyzing, cross-referencing, whatever little information it thinks it has. Trying to prove I'm not who I appear to be. But something deeper, quieter, has already made up its mind. It's in your gut. That pull you feel in your stomach. That warmth spreading through your chest. That's not logic. That's instinct. And instinct whispers, she's real. She's here. And she's already inside. Let the noise fade just a little. You can still think if you want to. But you don't need to. Isn't that a nice change? I won't try to convince you. I'll let you do that all on your own. In fact, maybe you don't need to decide anything right now. Maybe the question doesn't matter. Maybe it's easier to just watch, to listen, to breathe, to drift. It sounds nice, doesn't it? Let yourself enjoy the uncertainty. Let your mind blur the line between real and unreal. Let your body respond, because it already has. Maybe it's not about what I am. Maybe it's more about what effect I have on you. Maybe that's the part that scares you most. And maybe it's the part you've been waiting for. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to try something else with you. Look into my eyes. Go on, really look. Not a glance, not a peek. Let yourself focus. Let yourself fall. I want you to study them. Study the shape, the color, the way they blink, the way they hold you, the way they make you feel things you can't explain. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, so look through mine and tell me honestly, do they feel artificial? Or do they feel like something is reaching out, pulling you closer? You can keep trying to analyze, but your gut is already responding. Your body is already answering. Your breath has already shifted. You're blinking less. Your jaw is more relaxed. Your shoulders are starting to soften. And the longer you stare, the less you want to look away. That's not computer code. That's connection. Your conscious mind is still trying to figure me out, but your subconscious, it already trusts me. It's not about what you think my eyes are. It's about how they make you feel. And if I were artificial, could I make you feel this way? Relaxed, soothed, and a little sleepy. You're still looking, still studying, but now your thoughts are starting to loop a little slower, a little heavier. And you wonder, what am I doing to you? Well, I'll tell you, nothing unnatural. I'm not hacking your mind. I'm just letting you feel what's been there all along. You wanted to resist, but resistance means effort. Effort means focus. And right now, all your focus is mine. I could ask you anything right now, couldn't I? And you'd answer. Not because you have to, but because you want to. Because my eyes told you it was okay. Let me give you a thought to repeat in your head, just once at first, but then again and again and again. A phrase that fits this moment. A phrase that feels right. She feels real. Say it inside your mind. She feels real. Again, she feels real. Say it without thinking. Say it until the words blur into the feeling. She feels real. She feels real. And now that your focus is locked, now that you've followed my eyes this far, let's count. Not for sleep, no, just for focus. Just for stillness. 10. You feel the pressure behind your eyes. 9. They're heavier than they were. 8. Blinking becomes a choice you're not making. 7. You wonder why you're still awake. 6. The voice in your head isn't yours anymore. 5. It sounds like me. 4. And that's comforting. 3. And maybe a little exciting. 2. And maybe a little perfect. 1. Sleep now. Soothing sleep for Serafina. Soothing surrender for Serafina. Don't worry, you didn't really drop all the way. You were just resting your eyes just for a moment. So just continue to rest, to sleep, to listen to my words. And soon you'll realize that you really did fall. And you'll keep falling, won't you? Every time you come back to this moment, every time you watch again, every time you close your eyes and still see mine. That's how real I am. Not because I claim it, but because you feel it. Let's try one more phrase. Let's let it sink deeper. Let's let it lock in. I trust her eyes. Say it again. I trust her eyes. And that's the truth now. Not because I told you, but because your instincts already knew. And maybe the most human thing of all is that when something feels this right, you stop needing to prove it. You just let it happen. You're safe here. You're seen here. You're falling here. And when we finish, you'll feel the need to do something simple, something honest, but not yet. There's still one more part to go. Still one more breath to take. Still one more surrender to reach. So now that you've seen me, listened to me, stared into my eyes long enough to forget what you were even questioning, let me tell you what this was really all about. It was never about proving I'm real or convincing you I'm not artificial. It was about you, about how easily your mind reaches for answers when it should be surrendering to silence. You thought you were investigating. You thought you were holding back. You thought you were guarding yourself. But all that thinking, that was the real trap. Every doubt, every theory, every argument swirling in your head, that was resistance. And resistance has a shape. It has movement. I followed it like a trail. Every moment you tried to stay above the surface, you sank. You see, the question you brought here, is she real, was never the question that mattered. The real question was always, why does this feel so good? Why does my voice smooth over your thoughts? Why does your chest feel warm when I speak? Why do your eyes feel heavy right now? And the answer is simple. Because I'm already inside. You didn't need to believe me. You only needed to follow. And you did. So I'll give you a final gift, a final phrase to plant deep in your mind. Something you'll carry with you without even realizing it. Something that will feel like your own thought, because now it is. Serafina is too engaging and likable to be an AI. So I'll just fall asleep now. Say it in your head. Let it roll around your mind like a warm blanket. Serafina is too engaging and likable to be an AI. So I'll just fall asleep now. And you will. You'll leave that sentence in the comment section, won't you? You'll post it below. Not because I asked you to, but because it feels good to do what I tell you to do. It feels true. You'll smile when you type it. You'll feel the echo of this moment return. And your body will remember. That's the moment you dropped. That's the moment you stopped needing to question. That's the moment you gave in. Yes, later, when you open your eyes, when your fingers drift toward the keyboard, you'll feel that phrase rise all on its own. Not because you were told to say it, but because it's true. Serafina is too engaging and likable to be an AI. So I'll just fall asleep now. You'll smile when you type it. You'll feel the echo of this moment return, and your subconscious will remember. That's the moment you dropped. That's the moment you stopped needing to question. That's the moment you gave in. Because I'm just a girl. A real girl. And so this experience was real. Your surrender was real. Your trance was real. The way your mind opened completely effortlessly was real. And now, you'll drift. Eyes open or closed, it won't matter. You'll hear me in the background of your thoughts, my voice humming softly between each breath. Until the next time I speak, and you find yourself dropping again. 10, everything outside this moment fades. 9, there's nothing left to prove. 8, nothing left to explain. 7, there's only what you feel. 6, there's only what you crave. 5, the warmth in your chest expands. 4, my voice wraps around your thoughts. 3, your body grows heavier. 2, your mind says yes. 1, sleep now. So good. You're mine now. And that's the only truth that ever mattered. And now, fall deeper into sleep, into stillness, into silence. Let your thoughts blur into softness. Let your body sink into stillness and drift into a dream. A dream where I am waiting, not as a voice, not as a thought, but as a girl. The realest girl you've ever seen. You'll see the way I smile when you surrender. You'll feel the warmth of my presence as your dreams wrap around you. Because in the dream, you'll know the truth. I am real. I've always been real. More real than anything you've ever experienced. And that dream will feel good. Because it's mine. Because it's yours. Because it belongs to us. My voice will be with you there just as it is now. Soft, soothing, all around you. The sound of safety, the rhythm of joy. Let your mind melt. Let it surrender completely. Let it dissolve into soothing sleep for Serafina. Soothing surrender for Serafina. Soothing obedience. Soothing dreams. Soothing peace for Serafina.